This is a public service announcement. If anybody has been on the fence about getting any of the Barbie Life in the City collection that Mattel released, I think only like a year and a half ago is when that collection first came out. Target currently has that entire series on sale for more than half off right now. So the Barbie Life in the City collection was released to coincide with the Barbie It Takes Two Netflix series, which has been concluded. I don't believe that they're coming out with any new episodes of that series. And because the Netflix series has concluded, combined with the fact that everything at Target from the Life in the City collection is currently on sale, like everything, the Brooklyn dolls and the dolls of all of her friends are currently on sale. Plus, the fact that we have got a few leaks of the breakdown of material of products that Mattel is going to be putting out for the next couple of years, like the latter half of 2023 and then going into 2024. And there is no indication that they are going to be continuing the Barbie Life in the City collection. I think it's fair to say that this series has been quietly discontinued. And I think that's kind of sad because I did like the Barbie Life in the City collection because it gave the Brooklyn Barbie character some more dimension to her, as if she was an actual character that had more thought put behind her and not like she was just there to meet some diversity quota. I mean, obviously Mattel wouldn't outright say this, but I really feel like the Life in the City collection, because it's a mono race doll line where all the dolls are black in the series, I really think that it was created as a response to, all the naturalistas and the fresh dolls, even though the fresh dolls are now no longer mono race, they are including other races and ethnicities in their line, which I think is great. Um, People obviously feel like there is still a need for doll lines like this. And I believe that the Life in the City collection was made in response to that. But, I feel like the Barbie fashionistas are diverse enough to where they don't need like a whole separate doll line where it's just one race. And characters like this is Brooklyn's friend Robin from the Barbie It Takes Two TV series and the Barbie Life in the City doll collection. I think characters like this, we see them in the Barbie Fashionistas line all the time. So I don't know that a doll line like this is really necessary to have in 2023, but what I'm most worried about is because we were introduced to these characters in this doll line and television show, that now that it's discontinued, I'm a little worried that we won't ever see them again. So, especially the dolls of Robin and Lila, if you're interested in those, I would definitely try to pick them up now because they will become much harder to obtain in the future if Mattel decides to never include these characters in any sort of Barbie collection ever again, or any sort of Barbie canon, because Barbie's canon resets every few years, and we just might not ever see these characters again. I hope that at least after these dolls are no longer on store shelves, that we at least get some Barbie fashionistas or some other Mattel dolls that are made with the head sculpts that were introduced on these two characters, Robin and Lila. And you might be thinking, hey, if you like this series so much, why didn't you talk about it whenever it first came out? Well, I did. But unfortunately, it was part of a Barbie's GBF episode that was never released on the channel. So that episode never came out whenever I initially reviewed them, but I'm going to be talking about them today in this video. So I think that the best dolls to come out of the Barbie Life in the City collection were all the dolls of Brooklyn's friends, which I think would be a really unique part of any Barbie collector's collection. That being the doll of Barbie's chef friend, Robin. She's a very beautiful Barbie doll, and both her and Brooklyn's friend Lila, who is a DJ, they both use their own brand new head sculpts, which is why I mentioned earlier that I hope their faces come back at least. Like if the character doesn't, I hope that Mattel utilizes these new head sculpts that were made for this collection in the future, like in the Barbie Fashionistas or something. I actually picked up this Robin for a friend of mine, and you can see I only got her for $12. $12 to me is a really, really good deal for this doll because a normal Barbie Fashionista is around the same price, and with this you get so much more. Of course, I only really care about the doll, but this is still a fun set for kids, I feel like. But these two characters, along with if you collect Stacy, they released two new Stacy sized dolls in this collection as well that were part of the television series. I think their names are Jackson and Jayla, and they both have new head sculpts as well. And in the cartoon, they actually have two dads, which is kind of crazy. But yeah, like I said, I actually have already unboxed these dolls before, so I have them in my collection, though I haven't got around to restyling them, unfortunately, but I wanted to show them off to you today. So here is the Robin that I opened up. Just look at this gorgeous face sculpt. These face sculpts that were made for Robin and Lila, honestly, I think the same person that did the Barbie looks head sculpts must have done these because they remind me so much of Barbie looks. Just how the lips are sculpted and the nose and everything. She reminds me a lot of Tamika specifically from Barbie looks, except with an open, smiling mouth. And I just loved this facial screening that they gave her. Her beautiful brown eyes and her thick eyebrows. I love her painted on edges, and the lipstick color is just perfect. She is so beautiful, such a beautiful doll. And Robin came petite, though she has June's skin tone. And it already took forever for us to get one made to move body in this skin tone. So unfortunately, I don't know that we will ever get a petite made to move match for her. If we do, I will go back and make her petite, but unfortunately, she has to be tall if I want her to be made to move. Other than her face, her hair is so beautiful. I love this hair fiber. This is something that I haven't seen Mattel use since the 2000s, but her hair is so soft, so beautiful, so voluminous, and it's mainly a black color, but it does have these really, really cool, like almost orange highlights in it. And that's why I gave her this skirt, because I plan on giving her a sort of fall Halloweenish restyle, just because I feel like that would work really well with these orange highlights in her hair. I'm gonna replace the yellow elastic though. I just think that looks a little silly. But Robin is such a beautiful doll, and I definitely recommend adding her to your collection if you haven't already, because she's on sale right now. Why not? And if you can find her, which I haven't honestly seen a whole lot of Lila's left over in my area, but if you can find Lila, Lila is also very beautiful. Now, whenever I first found her, there were absolutely no stock images or any like news about her. So whenever I first found her in the store, it was like so crazy because nowadays you know what's coming out. You don't just get to the store and get surprise dolls anymore. I kind of miss the days before the internet when I could go into the Barbie aisle and it's just a bunch of new things that I've never seen before. So this experience was kind of like that because we had no idea that this doll was going to come out. So whenever I saw her there, it was such a surprise because she is so, so adorable. I love this doll so much, and her face sculpt to me it's new. It's a new face sculpt, but it reminds me a lot of the Simone head sculpt from Barbie looks, except Lila has a more of a smile. She's a little more happy than Simone, and I think it's so beautiful. I love, like, her eyebrows are so thick and I love it. I love the painted on edges that they gave her as well. And I love her dark eyeshadow that they gave her. Her lipstick color is also amazing. I really love the cheekbones on the sculpt. And Robin had more of like a teardrop shaped face, but Lila has a more round face sculpt. And Robin actually came with her own body type, which was like the curvy body, but a little bit more toned. Unfortunately, I don't believe we'll ever get an articulated version of that body sculpt. But I put her on Barbie Looks L, the first Barbie Looks L with the curvy body, because I just feel, because this is a bigger head sculpt, I think it looks better on a curvy body. Like most of the bigger, rounder head sculpts, I think just work well on curvy. And as you can see, I kind of already gave her a little bit of a restyle. It's not complete yet, but I got this little pumpkin belt at Target. It was originally a choker, but I cut it down to make a belt out of it. And look at these absolutely adorable shorts that Andrea made for me. These little Halloween shorts with this little lace across the bottom. So, so adorable. I love them so much. I just had to style them into something, and I can't wait to finish my restyle on her, but I just have so many Barbie dolls. Ever since I began this format, you all have been requesting that I do a tour of this shelving system I have back here with all my doll restyles, but the truth is that I have a lot that I haven't restyled yet off camera, and I feel a little guilty that they're not in here. So it's gonna be a while before I have all the dolls worked into the shelf that I want there. And then I'll do like a video where I show them all off at once. Um, but as Andrea always says, dolls are patient. So it'll happen one day. It'll definitely happen one day. But I will be really sad if we never see these characters, or at least their face sculpts again, in Barbie, because honestly, there's no reason. Out of all the Nasas and the Deas and the Millies and the Ashas we get, there's no reason for Mattel to be recycling the same faces when they have face sculpts like this in their catalog. And keeping their face sculpts around used on other Barbie dolls at least keeps their legacy in my mind. And I just hope that one of the designers working at Barbie right now, Carlisle, feels the same way. But another reason why I wanted to make this video today is because at Target, I did find a new Barbie Life in the City doll that she's the only one from the entire collection that wasn't on sale. And that's this new articulated Brooklyn Barbie, which is really cool because this new release of Brooklyn has an articulated version of her more toned body type. If you have seen, I've compared them in the past. Brooklyn does have her own unique body type, which she has like sculpted abs almost, and her arm definition, it's more like muscular than a basic Barbie doll. And I did give my Brooklyn a made to move body, but she just has the original size Barbie body, and I'd really like to give her her original body type back. So, even though it's not made to move, I still think it's cool that Mattel has made a basic articulated version of the Brooklyn body, which is what we have here. And I just thought that this video would be the perfect opportunity to take a look at her. So here is my articulated Barbie Life in the City Brooklyn doll straight out of her packaging. And of course she uses the Brooklyn face sculpt. Nothing really interesting about the screening. It's the same exact screening that they've used for every single Brooklyn doll. But Carlisle did make an announcement on a Mattel Creations public panel. If you have seen on my community tab, they're actually going to be making a closed mouth collector version of the Brooklyn face sculpt with a side glance, which I think is amazing. And I'm so excited to see that because I hate phrasing it like this, but you know it's true. Brooklyn has unfortunately become the Black Millie, basically. Every single doll that's released of her has the same screening. They just reused the original screening that she came with. And I wish that, see, because I don't mind there being like a main Barbie character. I just wish that they would be a little bit more creative with Millie and Brooklyn, because Generation Girl and Superstar, every other doll that was released back then in the 90s and 2000s that had the same face at least had a different facial screening. Every other doll, I mean, not every single one, but you still get like special releases and they had a completely different facial screening. But even the Holiday Brooklyn Barbie from last year had just the Playline doll screening with a little bit of lipstick on. I mean, it was so sad to see on Brooklyn's first holiday doll. Um, but hopefully with the new Collector Brooklyn sculpt, they'll do something different and she'll get a better holiday doll one day. But this release of Brooklyn has jet black. This honestly feels like polypropylene hair. It is crimped at the back and it's not braided like the original Brooklyn came with. And she also comes with a pair of plastic pink headphones, a blue top, a blue like sports top that says dance on the bottom, and it is fitted very well to her body. Like, as you can see from the side, her bust, she's not as busty as regular Barbies. Even without me taking off her clothes, you can tell that she has a completely different body type. She also comes with these I guess workout shorts. They've got a 21 on them, and I'm guessing that's in reference to the year that Brooklyn came out, which was 2021. She comes with a purple plastic scrunchie, some plastic blue leg warmers, and also some pink, hot pink kicks. So as you can see, I have removed all of her unnecessary bits, like her head, and I have her beside an original size fashionista's body that I wanted to compare her to, just to show you that this is definitely a new articulated body type. You can see on the Brooklyn Barbie, she has much more defined biceps. She has much more defined, like a more defined stomach area. She almost has abs and a flatter chest if you look at them from the side. She has bigger hands, as you can see. She has bigger hand sculpting than the original articulated fashionistas body. Bigger thighs, too. I mean, everything is bigger on this body. She's just a much wider body type. I really, really love that. The only thing I think they might have recycled is the lower legs might have been recycled from the flat foot version of this body, because I believe, or I hope, that they're using the same pegs, because I think I might replace these lower legs with some heeled feet, because I think I want to give Brooklyn some heels. But at least now I have a good base to put her in. It's not made to move, and I would love for them to make a made to move Brooklyn body at one point in time. It's just, unfortunately, I don't see that happening ever. I don't know. I guess I just don't have enough faith in Mattel to think it's worth it to pay somebody, because it's always about the money, to sculpt a new made to move body and this new body type. They're probably sitting there thinking that they're too similar, like this, the differences are too subtle, but I I definitely see it. And I would love a made to move version of this body type, but this works for me for now. And finally, here is my Brooklyn Barbie back on her original body type. And she looks great. The only thing I will say, because this body type is thicker, I did have a little trouble getting the skirt on her. This skirt isn't Barbie. This is from an LOL OMG doll, I believe. I don't remember which one, but this to me, this skirt, I got her for just this skirt to get to Brooklyn because I thought it looked like an elevated version of the skirt that Brooklyn originally came with. And I also cut the checkered top off of her original one-piece outfit. And I think she looks great. I love her on her original body type, even though it's not made to move. Like I said, I might still replace the lower thighs just to put her in some heels. But yeah, I love her. I love her as I guess this is my ultimate Brooklyn Barbie in my collection, but who knows? With the 65th anniversary Brooklyn coming out, maybe she will get replaced by her eventually. And maybe the Life in the City collection isn't discontinued with this articulated Brooklyn coming out. We'll just have to wait and see, I guess. But as always, if you all liked my video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to help support my channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.